everyone, I'm Swaroop. Today I will be presenting a topic, essential guide to threat modeling, right? So it will be very interesting discussion, I would say. It's not like I will be only talking person and you will be listening. We will be discussing lots of interesting key concepts in threat modeling, like what it is, why we need it, and importantly, we are going to see it practically. Okay, so let's say tomorrow, if you need to do threat modeling at your work, right? So we will also learn it in technical way. Okay, so let's get started. Um yeah, this is I usually use this slide, right? So uh, yeah, so we have audience from different countries at the moment, right? So can you reply in the chat, right? So what you do currently? Are you a student? Are you a professional? Are you a security professional, or are you in in software development or IT, right? Just whatever you are right now, right? Can you reply in the chat? I would expect that everyone will write it, right? So as I said, we will make it very interactive and interesting discussion, right? So security profession, nice, Shakti. Student, okay, okay. Come on, everyone, don't be shy in this class, okay? Uh, be active as much as you can, right? And uh, yeah, let's make it interactive discussion, right? Everyone, we have like eight, attendees, right? So everyone can just reply in the chat. Oh, we have student from Algeria. So nice. So I think we have a mix of audience, right? We have some security professionals. We have some students. We have also students from different countries, right? So it's great. And you will definitely learn so many important things in today's session, right? And let's begin. A quick about me. I am in cybersecurity for last 10 years. I have worked with top companies across the world, like Philips, Lithium, Traveloka, Persistent. I hold several offensive security certifications, also GRACE certification. I'm one of the top pen testers at Cobalt. Uh, I have given talks at several security conferences, including AppSec USA, uh, multiple times, and also other top security conferences. I'm also author of this book, Learning iOS Pen Testing. Okay, and I'm also one of the top bug bounty hunters. Yeah, I also lead this OWASP ICOD project. Okay, and yes, I'm frequent speaker at different meetups and even on the security platform. I have conducted several webinars in the past. Okay, so yeah, let's get started. Yeah, so this is the book, Learning iOS Pen Testing. It's actually teaches you how to do iOS app penetration testing from start to end, like from beginner to advanced level. Okay, just in case if anyone wants to take a look at. Okay, yeah, so we are going to discuss a couple of things. Like we are going to discuss introduction to threat modeling process, demo, conclusion. So the agenda of today's webinar is quite straightforward. After by end of this webinar, you will know very good. You will have very good understanding of threat modeling, right? What are the basics and how to start, where to start, what you will need, right? And you will be in today's session, we will also do these threat modeling in today's class. Okay, so yeah, so what is threat modeling? Okay, so of course I have the definitions and everything, right? So uh, if you have ever heard of this term, or if you have seen somewhere, right, what is your understanding? Can you reply in the chat? It's fine. It's completely wrong, right? But can you reply in the chat, like what do you think is threat modeling is? Maybe by the name, the words, or maybe you have heard somewhere, right? So it's fine. Take your time, and you can just reply in the chat, like what do you think is threat modeling is. So I will give you 2 minutes, okay? And I want to see what is your understanding, right? And from there we will go ahead. Okay, flow chart of a risk. for a function. Okay, nice try. Works in design time of SDLC. Yeah, Shakti, very nice. Any more answers? Do we have any more answers on this? Come on, take everyone. Try this. As I said, we want to make this session as interactive as we can, right? So it is like identifying the risk or any kind of attacks which can affect the system. Yeah, Sandeep Kumar, that's very correct. Try to identify trust boundaries. Yes. So yeah, that's kind of uh, near to answer. Okay. So yeah, it's a structured approach to identify and mitigate threats and vulnerabilities. Okay. It involves identifying and analyzing potential threats, ranking them by severity, and developing strategies to mitigate them. Okay. So very important, like we have this software development life cycle, right? We do requirement and then design, development, testing, and deployment, right? So similarly, we these days we also call this term something like DevSecOps and other things, right? Where we introduce security right from the beginning of the software development, right? So you must be, many of you must be aware of the pen testing or penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, and all that, right? So those things come usually at the testing mode, right? So when the product is there, let's say you are the product is already ready, some kind of URL is there, right, where you perform the security testing, right? And many of you might have done that if you're from security profession, right? uh, but this threat modeling thing comes much in the left side, right, much in the beginning side. So let's say tomorrow you join some company, right, and they are working on new feature, right? They are you're working in the fintech company, and let's say they uh, right now they work in credit card or card payments, but they want to introduce something like UPI, right? Something like instant payment system in the platform, and they say, okay, we need to add this feature into our application, and let's start working on that. So what the development team or architect team, what they first, they will just start doing this designing, right? They, how this feature will be designed, like will be developed, like what components will be there, right? So at that level the security team gets involved, right? And they, there we do this threat modeling. Okay, very important. Like, so threat modeling comes at a very early stage, right? It comes at a design phase, right, where you have some architecture diagram ready, where you have some requirements ready, right? And there you review those details, and then you perform those this threat modeling. Okay, very important thing where it comes, right? So mostly the pen testing, vulnerability assessments we do, right, that comes here in the testing. but if you go to the beginning, right? So at the design level, we do this threat modeling. Okay, guys, is it clear to everyone? Can you reply in the chat? Is it clear? So yeah, if something is not clear, feel free to mention in the chat. Okay, very important. So and we have I'm personally, I'm a very technical guy. Okay, but few slides, first few slides will be theoretical. Of course we'll do a practical demo and everything, right? But this is something fundamental, so I have no other option but mentioning all these some basic concepts in theoretical way. Okay, so just stay tuned. We will have some demo as well practically. So why it's important to identify a risk before deployment, prioritize security efforts and allocate resources effectively, improve communication and collaboration among the teams, reduce overall security risk and potential impact of security incidents. Okay, I'm going to tell you a very interesting example. Okay, why the threat modeling is important, right? So why threat modeling is important, right? So I'm going to tell you very recent example of this. So let me just chat as well. Okay, great. So this happened in UK. Okay, so new homes, the developers had developed these new homes, and they destroyed these almost, I think the price is not mentioned, but it's like 40 50 million pound. Okay, so this news just I saw this news today. Okay, and I think it's very important to relate it. Okay,